Hello, thank you for joining me on this coffee break. If you need prayers or if you just want to share, stories or whatnot, you can always email us at info@mosaicpearland.org. And if you're at all interested in the church that we're trying to start when we're back to being unquarantined, you can visit us online at mosaicpearland.org. Today, it's less of a coffee break and more of a coffee rant, but there's something that I need to share. There's something that happened a little while ago that's been in my head unnecessarily, and because we're physically distancing ourselves from one another and have all this time to think, I felt, yeah, it's time to share with you what's been brewing in this head of mine. Kind of like spilling the tea, if you will. If you were to ask any persons of color who was working in a predominantly a white church or white company or whatnot, and ask them to tell you stories about microaggressive acts of racism, we have a lot of stories to tell. It doesn't matter if it's a church. In my first Anglo churches that I was appointed to, after serving Korean churches all my life, this was in Costa Mesa, California, and after I gave my first sermon, you go and you have that meet and greet line where people, tell you how great your sermon was and yada, yada, yada. And this lady approaches me and she goes, when I heard that our new associate pastor was going to be Asian, I was very, very concerned. But after hearing you speak, you're so loud and you don't speak with an accent. I am so happy that you are here. It's like, oh, okay. Or another church in California, the worship leader was an Asian couple. It'd be such a regular occasion where after church, someone would find Kevin, the worship director, and say to him, that was such a wonderful sermon that you preached. Kevin's like, that's not me. And the thing is, Kevin and I don't look anything like. My hair was long at the time, and Kevin kept a short, tight, like spiky hair. And in the previous church I served here in Texas, without fail, anytime an Asian family or an Asian person walked into church, someone would always come up to me and say, "I think your family is here." And it's like, what makes you think that they're my family? Like, it's almost like people's minds like short circuit when they see two of us. There was once someone who referred to another Asian person on the staff as Chinaman. Wow. And then if you voice that, people will say that you're too sensitive. Oh, we're not like that, and they make you into the villain for pointing out the microaggressive things that you've experienced. But it's one thing. It's one thing when the dominant ethnicity, when the dominant culture perpetuate these microaggressive acts, right? It's a complete other thing when we do it to ourselves. So I've been an Episcopalian since July 2019. I was confirmed as an Episcopalian in October of 2019. This is to say that I haven't been an Episcopalian that long, and I don't really know how the polity of the church works. This past January, someone told me something, and my first reaction was, you gotta be kidding me. There is an Asian American group, an official Asian American ministry within the overall Episcopal Church. They are working on a songbook. From what I gather, an official Episcopal songbook that is to supplement the hymnal, the official hymnal, and there are other official supplemental songbooks in the Episcopal Church, like Lift Every Voice. I think another one might be Come Celebrate, and I think another one might be Wonder, Love, and Praise. Again, I'm all new to this, so I don't really know. But the Asian American group, this committee, is working on a songbook to reflect Asian and Asian American spirituality. A beautiful thing. It's something that would be helpful, I believe. The thing that blew my mind is that they're planning to call it Rice and Sing. Not Rise and Sing, but Rice. R-I-C-E, Rice and Sing. They might as well make the cover yellow. And so I felt this. I mean, literally, I heard this and I said, you got to be kidding me. Like, that was my first reaction. Like, you have to be joking. There's absolutely no way. This has to be a joke. But no, there are some official social media accounts that is called Rice and Sing. After a good month and a half of thinking about it, I decided, hey, I can't let this happen. I had to at least say something and voice an opinion to have them reconsider what to call this book. So I engaged the chairperson of the committee and said, hey, does anyone not see a problem with the name Rice and Sing? And he responded, well, please elaborate. And I said, well, here's the thing. It's a bad pun to begin with. And if it was a different group, if this name was given to us by the Episcopal Church, all of us will be up in arms saying, whoa, 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 that's a little bit racist. But that we are perpetuating this against ourselves is a whole different level of madness. And I was like, think about this. Think about the permission that we might be accidentally giving. People might look at this and say, oh, this is kind of funny. I didn't know this was allowed. But now that this is an official book of the Episcopal Church, maybe it's okay to make these little funny jokes. Or just picture this. An Asian person is searching for a church, finds this Episcopal Church, and goes in and sits down. And he looks at the prayer book, he looks at the hymnal, and maybe there's Lift Every Voice, and then next to it is this book called Rice and Sing. And he or she's gonna open the book and see that it's supposed to be a reflection of Asian and Asian American spirituality. And I said, the pun's not worth it. It's not worth the headache that we're gonna cause for other Asian Americans. It's not worth the embarrassment that it's gonna cause this generation and beyond. So then I got a response, and mind you, everyone's so gracious, right? I'm being the jerk here, and I know that. And the response was verbatim: "Thanks for your candid comments. You're the first to have said it." I was like, what? This is not a one-person job. It's supposedly done by a committee, a group of people. So the fact that I'm the first person that said anything about how, at the least, it could be problematic, but it is problematic, I was floored. So I responded, if I am the first person to have said anything about this, then there's 3 problems that I see. 1, the committee doesn't care. The second option, or the second scenario, is that the people on the committee simply don't know about Asian American culture, which is troubling in of itself. Third scenario, I said, is they're afraid to speak up. People are not comfortable speaking up, which in of itself is a problem. All 3 options presents a unique set of problems, each of their own. They asked, what would I call it? And I said, why not just name it Rise and Sing? It's a beautiful name. And we can make it look Asian by having like the sun rising in that book. The east is where the sun rises. So let's have Rise and Sing. I still can't believe this is happening. And actually, after the exchange of comments and whatnot, I actually got to face chat with the chairperson, and he's a sweet, sweet person. And in our conversation, he did let me know that the name is in its planning stages. To which, if it was in the planning stages, I don't know why they would make an official social media page and accounts for it. And believe me, I believe that the psalm book is necessary and important. And we shouldn't undermine it by giving it a silly pun and calling it Rice and Sing. Anyway, thank you for letting me rant a little bit. Stay safe, stay healthy, and please know that you are not alone. And please continue to find ways to stay connected while we are physically apart, and be loved, because you are God's beloved. See you next time. Hey, what do I think about this episode? It's probably